Welcome to EconLine, everyone. This is just a quick video on labor union models. It's quick because they are not too complicated, so we're just going to take a look at how they seek to raise wages for their members. Now, there are three different kinds of labor unions that we're going to look at here. The first type is called demand enhancement. And what they do with the demand enhancement model is basically it means that the union is trying to raise wages for its members by raising demand for its members. So for example, if you listen to the radio, you'll probably hear a lot of commercials for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, where they talk about their extensive training and drug testing programs. And one of the things that they're trying to do there is convince people that union electricians are superior to non-union electricians, and so on and so forth, so that you want to find those people and hire them and you're willing to pay the higher price. So if that marketing campaign goes as planned, and I should say it goes beyond a marketing campaign, right? The fact that they drug test their employees, for example, is in fact a qualitative improvement of their members. So what they're basically saying is that because we do these things and we are worthwhile, you should want to hire us. So again, if they go through this process of training their members and improving their members and advertising to the public, the result of that is that we should see more union members employed and there should be an increase in their wages. So the demand enhancement model, pretty straightforward. Now another union model, and again, many unions use all of these or combinations of them, so I'm going to stick with the electrical workers in this case, is called the exclusive or craft union model. We'll call that in parentheses craft. So in the exclusive model, the goal is to raise wages by decreasing the supply of labor. So for example, if we can reduce the number of workers who are competing with us, then we would see fewer people overall employed. Of course, more of them would be union, and the labor or the wages for those people employed would go up. How is this accomplished? Mandatory 40-hour work weeks, child labor laws, certain retirement policies, and the big one obviously is licensing. By licensing or certifying people, we can restrict the number of people who enter a field, and that increases the wage for the people who remain in there. So note then that the demand enhancement model seeks to increase demand, and the craft union model focuses on supply. The last union model that we're going to look at, which is called the industrial model, actually doesn't try to change either one. So in the industrial model, rather than try to increase supply or demand, it's really very simple. We want to try to unionize as many workers as we can, and then we will just bargain as a unit. So for example, the industrial model is why you hear of, like, for example, workers at grocery stores being unionized and so on and so forth. We'll unionize everyone we possibly can. They may call general strikes or they may negotiate for certain industries, but the ultimate result is they're essentially trying to put a price ceiling in place in the market and say, all of us are going to work together a price floor in the market. All of us are going to work together and say that this is going to be the wage that we will accept. So essentially they just force a higher wage on the market. They don't actually affect supply and demand. So those are the three basic models for unionization. Again, you'll see that various labor unions employ tactics that come from all three, but ultimately as economists we separate their actions into these three categories because they have different impacts on market outcomes.